Day broadcast on MLB Network. I'm joined by Mark DeRosa and Dan Plesac. The staffs for these two teams sure to be a focal point as this series moves along.
Hey, just like any team, pitching is going to be the key factor for this ball club as the year plays out. I'm sure the staff will have its ups and downs, but putting together some quality outings early in the season could do wonders for this club getting out of the gate with a good start.
The game's count starting now. Opening day on MLB Network, and it's coming up next. Back now as we draw ever closer to first pitch. Let's listen in to public address announcer Mike Carlucci.
And now, your 2018 Detroit Tigers.
Quickly now, we'll look at the two men who are entrusted with the starting pitching assignment here to begin the new year. A chance here to check out the starting lineup for the visiting Pirates. Mark, what do you have on this lineup as they go for their first win?
You know, taking a look at this lineup, Matt, one thing you have to take into account is the variables that you can't control, and that's the wind. It's blowing in, it's howling in. You're going to see some guys in this lineup change their approach, not be looking for that launch angle and trying to drive the ball out of the ballpark. It's going to take a big man to put one over the wall today.
Michael Fulmer gets the call to pitch here on opening day in front of the hometown crowd. What's your take on him, Dan?
Hey, thanks, Matt. On the bump, Michael Fulmer. Boy, what really turned his career around, learning the straight changeup. Always had a big arm when he came up in the Mets farm system, but since he arrived in the big leagues, more than that big arm, the fastball 95 to 97 miles an hour, straight changeup, one of the best in baseball. Also has a curveball to go along with it. If he brings the changeup and the good one with him, he will be really tough to hit.
Josh Harrison stands in. He will lead this one off today. Here he comes on a ball and 2 strikes. Popped him up. Cabrera trying to get there. He gets to it and makes the catch for the first out.
Batting second, shortstop.
Up next for the Buccos, Adam Frazier. He'll get to take his first cuts here. The 1-2 is swung on and missed. He got him. So digging in now, Starling Marte, as he'll get his first opportunity in this one. Now the 1-1 pitch. Ground ball sent back up the middle. Iglesias is there. Throw to first will get him easily, and the side is retired. And now a look at the hometown Tigers starting lineup in this one. D-Row, what do you got in this lineup in the series opener?
Matty, you take a look at this lineup. I find myself thinking back to my playing days when I knew I had the ace on the mound. It had to be win day, and when you get in a car to drive to the yard, you tell yourself, even though you felt bad about it, just get 2 or 3. All the pressure's on the big boy to have to execute, and he usually does. Look for this lineup to try and execute and score, manufacture 1 or 2 runs early in this one.
This is hit high in the air out toward left center. Marte's after it. 1 out. First baseman Miguel Cabrera stands in. Two balls and a strike to the Tigers' first baseman.
2 balls, 1 strike.
The 2-1 home. is looked at for ball 3.
This is where you cash your checks right here. 3-1. You're one of the best hitters in the game. You live for situations like this.
And he takes a cold strike at the knees, and that'll run things full. 3-2 pitch. And he chased it in the dirt. Cervelli corrals it. And the throw is made to record the second out of the inning. The next batter, Jeimer Candelario. First cuts for him here with the bases open and 2 away. Tried to crush that ball, and now perhaps needs to shorten up with 2 strikes. Two and 2 now with 2 gone here in the home half of the first. Started to go around, but he's able to check his swing for ball 3. Now the 3-2 pitch. High in the air and drifting out to shallow center. Marte coasts under it, and the inning is over. 3 up, 3 down for Detroit. Still no score. So the next to the plate for Pittsburgh, Corey Dickerson coming into this one against Michael Fulmer. The pitcher zoned him. He's a paltry 1 for 11. Throw to first will be in time, and there's 1 gone here to start the second. Josh Bell the next to hit. He's assuming the role of DH in this interleague matchup.
Yeah, Matt, that's one of the funny things about National League teams playing in AL ballparks. All of a sudden the lineup kind of changes dramatically. But the cool thing is it gets more guys a chance to get some at-bats or time in the field.
Fastball hit on the ground is short. Throw just does beat him to the bag, as that was pretty close. Here's Gregory Polanco. He'll work on keeping this top of the second alive. And he fires a fastball now for a called strike 2. No score here as we play inning number 2. This is skied into the air to straightaway center. Martin is under it, and that retires the side. Down in order go the Pirates. We'll go to the next for the Tigers, Nicholas Castellanos. He's set to lead off the home half of the second. From the windup, the 1-1 pitch. Line towards center field. Marte is there, and he has it for the first out. Next to the plate for the Tigers, the DH, Victor Martinez. Good action on the 2-seamer there, and it's 1-2. Grounded to the right. Gloved by Harrison. Throw on to first. Gets him from shallow right, and there's out number 2. Stepping up to the plate, Leonis. Martin trying to make something happen with 2 gone in the bottom of the second. 1-2. And he'll step out and ask for time. Maybe trying to get this pitcher out of the rhythm he's in right now. The 1-2. High fly ball out to straightaway center. Marte is right there, and that will retire the side. Down in order. A nice aerial look of downtown Detroit as we welcome you back to our MLB Network broadcast from Comerica Park. Here's David Freese to stand in. He's the number 7 hitter, but he's leading off the third after the first 6 guys in the lineup have been retired in order.
Yeah, it's been a great start to the guy on the mound. It'll be interesting to see if they can find a way to get to this guy before he really settles in.
And the Pirates are in the hit column.
He got the pitch he wanted. And he didn't miss it right there. Hammer job.
Francisco Cervelli.
Standing in now, Francisco Cervelli. No offer on that one. 2 balls and a strike.
Great chance right here as a hitter to be aggressive. You can pretty much count on a pitcher. He's trying to get back in the strike zone. And with 2 guys on base right here, it's time to grip it and rip it.
Josh Harrison will be next. Popped him up. McCann has a play. And he hauls it in for the first out of the inning. Digging in to try it again. Josh Harrison, 0 for 1 here in the early going.
Harrison.
Now another 1-2. And he lays off the fastball away, so it's 2-2 now.
This kind of hitter right here, we call this guy a grinder. What are grinders? They just kind of foul off some good pitches. They lay off the pitches just off the plate. This is every pitcher's nightmare, a guy that's up there with a plan and not just up there swinging at anything that you throw towards home plate.
Riding in once again, Adam Frazier. He got called out on strikes his last time through.
Boy, that's a great breaking ball right there. That's a tough pitch to lay off when that ball's coming in at that plane right there. Quality take.
Throw on to first is in time, and that snuffs out the Bucco rally as the inning is over. Pirates strand a couple. Home half of the third coming up. Here's the shortstop now, Jose Iglesias. Seven, 8, and 9 to start the home third.
Not much going on offensively so far for these guys. 6 up, 6 down. We'll see if the bottom part of the lineup can get something going.
Well, the home crowd seems a little restless, so I'm sure they'd appreciate it. The 1-2. Freezes him. A strikeout looking. Into the box now, James McCann.
James McCann.
Hit hard towards center. That's a hit, the first of the game for the Tigers.
Dan, how hard is it to massage your way through such a deep lineup? I mean, even the 8 and 9 hole hitters are solid big league play.
You know, Mark, these days you're not seeing a lot of defensive specialists in the infield or outfield. If you're in that starting lineup these days, there's a pretty good job you can swing the bat.
McCann stands at first with 1 out. Hit hard to the right side, but foul. He's running. This is hit softly to third, but gloved by the third baseman for the out. Now a throw behind the runner, and it's in time to get him. Now the 1-1 pitch. Strike 2 swinging. Well, if you love pitching and defense, this has been a game for you. Are you happy with that, Dan?
I think this continues for a while, Matt. Both of these pitchers are throwing very well, throwing strikes, having good command of their off-speed pitches. This is going to be one of those low-scoring affairs.
Set to deal on 2-2. Lifted down the line in left. Mata is after it. He's got it one away.
Now batting.
Ready for another chance? Corey Dickerson. He's 0 for 1 thus far. Now the 2-1. Waves and misses for strike number 2.
2 balls, 2 strikes.
Here now the 2-2. Grounded to first. Cabrera's got it, and he'll step on first himself for the out.
Up next for the Pirates.
Digging in for his second at-bat, Josh Bell comes into this at-bat 0 for 1 in the ballgame. Bouncer up the middle, played on the backhand. In a close play at first, but he's called out and the side is retired. 2-3 go the Pirates. On to the bottom of the 4th now, still with no score. And that'll bring up Mikey Mata.
This game is rolling right along as we move into the middle innings with no score. You'd think by now one of these two teams would be able to get some base runners on and get them in, but that hasn't been the case.
Swung on and missed. He didn't even come close to contact on a ball way out of the zone. 1 out. Next up for Detroit, Miguel Cabrera. He'll look to bounce back after striking out his last time up. And he'll fall behind now to 1-2. Just 1 hit apiece for both of these clubs. Fastball that just misses inside.
Boy, good inside fastball right there. Trying to tie the hitter up, trying to keep him from getting those arms extended. A pitcher's pitch.
Lofted in the air out toward right center. After it is Marte. And he makes the catch for the second out.
Up next for the Tigers.
The next batter, Jeimer Candelario. So far 0 for 1 with a flyout. Hard hit at third. Freeze has it. Throw in time. And the side is retired. 3 up. So coming to the plate, Gregory Polanco. 0 for 1 for him here in this one. 1-2 now as that one's fouled off. The 1-2 pitch. Still a ball and 2 strikes. Another 1-2 delivery. Lifted in the air toward the line and right. But this will wind up being a foul ball.
Hey, I don't mind you throwing a fastball in this situation, but I think if we're being honest with ourselves, that one caught a little bit too much of the plate.
2-2 the count. This is skied into the air to straightaway center. Martin is under it. 1 down.
Up next for Pittsburgh. Third baseman.
So 1 gone in the inning. That'll bring in the third baseman, David Freese. Now the pitch. Popped him up. And he'll get back there to make the catch in front of the screen as they retire their man here for the second out. So stepping in, Sean Rodriguez. 1 for 1 after a single his first time up. 7th pitch of the at-bat coming up. Drilled to first. Glove by Cabrera. And he'll step on the bag himself, and the inning is over. Down. Nick Castellanos now. And he lays off a pitch outside as they draw even at 2-2. Swing and a miss as he ran the fastball right by him for the first out. Stepping in and ready for another shot, Victor Martinez. He got on top of one and was a ground out victim last time. No offer on that one. 2 balls and a strike. Martinez in front with a 3-1 count.
He's had command of his pitches all day, hasn't walked a soul, but we find ourselves in a 3-ball count here. Want to see how aggressive he gets in the zone.
Called a strike, and it's full 3-2. 3-2 pitch. A swinging bunt to the mound. Throw gets him, 2 down. Here's Leonys Martin, 2 away in the inning, and Dan, it looks like this could be another 1-2-3 inning for him.
Yeah, he has really found a groove on the mound, and it's been impressive to watch. It'll be interesting to see how long he can keep this dominance up.
And that's into the gap and should be extra bases. Digging hard, he's headed for third. And he is in there.
This is an easy decision for him to try for third because he has the play right in front of him, so he doesn't have to rely on any of his base coaches. Good decision to keep chugging, and he makes it all the way around safely.
And the fastball easy to lay off that time, 2-2. The 2-2. Swinging a soft liner, and they'll escape danger here after the 2-out triple. Here's the catcher, Francisco Cervelli. 0 for 1 after a pop-out in foul territory his first time through. Chopped weakly to the left. Iglesias is up with it. Throw to first gets him, so the leadoff man's retired here to begin the 6th.
Up next for Pittsburgh.
Now back to the top of the lineup. Stepping in, Josh Harrison. He was retired after popping out in his last at-bat. Grounded weakly to the left. On to first, and there were 2 down.
Now batting, shortstop.
Digging in once again, Adam Frazier. He was retired via the ground ball last time up. Now that's popped up, and Cabrera will make the catch to retire the side. 1-2-3 go the Pirates. Digging in for his second at-bat, James McCann will begin things here against Jameson Taillon. 1-1, a fastball high, 2-1 now.
Boy, if you're going to throw a pitch like that to this guy, you have to make sure it's up above the zone like that. He can't do a whole lot with that, but if it were a little lower, he can and will make you pay big time.
Even count, 2 balls and 2 strikes. Here now the 2-2. Doesn't get the zone, count full now.
Great AB so far. I'd really like to see this guy work a walk and get on base for this team. Maybe give them a shot of confidence that they got a shot to get back in this one.
Line toward the gap in left center. That gets down, and he's got himself a base hit.
That was actually a well-executed fastball in off the plate. Credit the offensive player. He smelled that coming, turned and burned.
McCann on at first, nobody out. And he misses, 2-1. He's set, and the 2-1 pitch. Now a ball fouled down the right field line out of play, so that'll move the count to 2-2 now. The 2-2. And this one gets away. And he is in there. They couldn't get him at second. And a very big mistake, as that'll move the possible go-ahead run into scoring position. Now the 3-2 pitch. Sinking liner toward left. And he won't get it as that's down for a base hit. Oh, and the throw back in is a wild one. And they'll get it in quickly. It's first and third now with nobody out.
Hey, with 2 strikes right there, he didn't try and do too much. He took what the pitcher gave him, got the front foot down, and was able to fist feed a soft liner over the infielder's head for a knock.
The 1-1 is swung on and missed, and that's strike 2.
With 2 strikes now and a runner at first, do you go for the strikeout, or are you still looking for the double play ball?
Well, Matt, I think a lot of that depends on the type of pitcher that you are. You're
In the dirt and blocked behind the plate. And he nails him at third. Great throw. Takes this the other way to right. In there, a base hit. And he's safe.
Hey, just a nice piece of hitting right there. He's able to keep his hands inside that ball, stay square as long as possible, and feed it into the opposite field for a base hit.
First baseman Miguel Cabrera stands in. Looking at strike 2, a fastball that catches the inside corner.
with 2 strikes and the runners at the corners. This is a big pitch coming up. Got to execute and hope to either get a strikeout or a double play ball to help you get out of this thing.
Line to the right side. And that will get down as he delivers a big one here. It's a base hit.
Boy, some really good pitching going into the 6th inning in this one. Big RBI base hit to break through. What a pitcher's duel this been.
Yeah, Dan, the pitching's been great, but something I've been focusing on is how great the defenses have been on both sides. To push a run across in the 6th inning, let's get the bullpens fired up.
3-1 to him now. The 3-1 is in there for a full count now, 3-2.
Yeah, I think that's the idea, Matt, but he might spin to win if he starts looking for it in there.
Down the first baseline, but this will get foul, so they'll do it again. 3-2. The next 3-2. Now a ball grounded to short. This could be 2. The second for 1. On to first as they get the double play to get him out of the inning. Tigers get. Here's Starling Marte. He'll start the 7th, and Dan, as a former pitcher yourself, you must be enjoying this. Lots of good pitching and defense today.
Oh, that's one of the keys. We're seeing a lot of strikes. We're seeing a lot of swings. We're seeing some great plays on defense. This has been a snappy one up to this point.
I know it's a guessing game, but usually when you flip that coin, it better come up fastball at this level. You cannot be late right there. That was right in the wheelhouse. You can't ask for anything more than getting a leadoff man on right there. Brings the go-ahead run to the plate. He's in position to do some damage. It'd be interesting to see how the manager plays this one.
Marte gets his lead at first, nobody out. One ball and 2 strikes to count. The 1-2. Hit down the third baseline. And this will get by him at third. Down the line. It's a fair ball. And they've really got something going here. Runners at 2nd and 3rd to start the inning. Finally, a little something for them to get excited about.
Yeah, a rally can begin with a single swing of the bat, and this might be their chance right here. They've struggled to produce a lot of runs, but there he is at second base. A shot to the outfield, scores it. Then who knows what kind of road.
Here's Gregory Polanco. The potential second run of the inning stands at 3rd. This one's blooped out toward right center field. Coming in is Martin. Coming in to score is the runner from 3rd, and they've taken the lead here in the 7th.
Boy, those have to feel really good, Dero. You get late in the game, you come up with a big RBI base hit right here to give your team the lead.
Yeah, no one remembers that ground ball with eyes in the top of the 2nd inning. You want to show up when the game is on the line. Can you quiet your emotions?
And we'll have to leave it there as the play is ready for another chance. Nicholas Castellanos due up for the 4, 5, and 6 hitters, and they're hoping that this is the part of the lineup that can get something going.
Yeah, only 1 run on the board so far for them. They just haven't had consistently good at-bats.
The 1-1. It's a swinging strike, a little late on the fastball that time.
I'll tell you, we're in the later stages of this ball game, but his fastball is still coming out of his hand with plenty on it.
Fastball swung on and missed for the first out. Here's the switch hitting Victor Martinez. 0 for 2 for him to this point. We're in the 7th inning now. The pitchers duel. 2-1 our score. To 2 balls and 2 strikes now. Here now the 2-2. Count remains 2-2. The 2-2 one more time. Hit sharply on the ground. Frazier on the grass. Throw on to first gets Martinez, and that's the 2nd out of the inning.
Center fielder, number 12.
Digging in and looking for more, Leonys Martin. 1 for 2 with a triple so far in this one. And he comes back with a fastball. 1-2 now. 2 out, nobody on.
Might have been cheating for another fastball, trying to get the head to that one early. Pitcher pulled the string with a nasty breaking ball and had him a little bit out in front.
The 1-2. Still hanging with him. Another good swing to keep it going. The next 1-2 pitch. Little dribbler up the first baseline, but it gets foul. And they'll try to get him fishing there, but he won't offer in the dirt, and it's back to even at 2-2.
I got to commend him for being a really tough out right now. Not everyone will battle like this with 2 outs and nobody on.
A full count, 3-2 to the Tigers center fielder.
What we're seeing here is a really smart at bat. They got to be thinking the man on the mound is getting a little short on gas, so when you go up there and make him throw a bunch of pitches, you're more likely to get a good pitch to hit, or at least force him out of the game.
The shortstop, number 1, Jose Iglesias. Your attention, please. Now pitching for the Pirates, number 45, Michael Golizzi.
Swing and a miss for strike 3. Pulled the string on him that time, and the inning.
Striding in once again, Sean Rodriguez. He was a ground-out victim last time up. And he's a little too high with that one. 2 balls and a strike. Now the 2-1 pitch. A little bouncer that winds up foul for the 2nd strike. Swing and a miss as he couldn't connect on the 2-seamer, and that's out number 1. So the next to the plate for Pittsburgh, Francisco Cervelli. He's 0 for 2 in the ballgame so far.
Your attention, please.
Now here comes Ron Gardenhire up out of the dugout. And it would appear he's seen enough of his starter this afternoon. Alex Wilson gets the call as he'll pitch with 1 gone in the top of the 8th. 2 runs, 4 hits, and no errors so far for the Pirates. And it's 1-2.
1-2.
And a wave and a miss on a ball that was way out of the strike zone. There are 2 away now. So the lineup flips over, and digging in, Josh Harrison. First 2 men in the inning have both gone down via the punch-out, so we'll see if he can fare any better. Hit out towards second. And that's through for a hit. Success on a 3-1 count to keep the inning alive here.
Well, this guy makes a living on hitting fastballs. Fall behind in the count, and you'll make you pay.
Yeah, Dan, you drive to the ballpark every night praying to get 1 3-1 counts.
And we'll have to leave it there as this is strike 3. And Digging in to try it again, James McCann. He singled his last time up.
This thing's far from over, even though we're moving into the back end of this game. Only down by one. All they need to do is get this leadoff guy, and they're an extra base hit away from tying this thing up.
Ball taken there. 2-1 now. He's fallen behind now. 3-1.
Down by a run, your guy needs to get on any way he can. His mentality has to be to shrink this strike zone to like the size of a soup can. No reason to swing at a pitcher's pitch.
And a full count for James McCann. 3 balls and 2 strikes. Now action in the bullpen as their closer starts to get loose out there. Here comes the payoff pitch. Swing and a miss on the slider, and that's out number 1. Dixon Machado digs in. He's 1 for 2 in the ball game. 1-1. Makes him swing and miss on a ball out of the zone for strike 2.
Really deceptive changeup there. Very well executed. It looks like it just sort of dies when it gets close to the plate.
A bouncer to the left side. Throw on to first. 2 gone. George Cantos is out from the bullpen now as he'll make his first appearance here on the season.
Now pitching for the Pirates.
So back at the top of the Detroit lineup, digging in, Mikey Manto. It was a single for him in his last at-bat. On the ground to the left side. And 8 innings have come and gone now as the inning is over. Striding in to start the 9th, Starling Marte, as they'll look for some added insurance before the bottom half of the inning. Daniel Stump is out from the bullpen now as he'll get the call here on opening day. Now the 2-1. Swung on and missed for strike number 2.
Just reached back and threw a high fastball right by him. He didn't stand a chance.
Bouncer to the left side. Throw on to first for the out, and that is how the 9th inning gets underway. Stepping in and ready for another shot, Corey Dickerson. He'll try to follow up the double in his last at-bat with another big hit right here. Shane Green enters the game with 1 gone in the top of inning number 9.
Number 61, Shane Green.
A ball and 2 strikes now. Inside and a hair low. It's 2 balls and 2 strikes. Bases are empty. 1 man out. Pulled toward right center field. Martin on the move. Makes the play, and there are 2 gone now. Ready for another shot now. Josh Bell. He's hitless in 3 at-bats to this point. Soft liner towards center. And that's in there, so perhaps some life here with 2 men out. So the 2-out success means Gregory Polanco bats this inning.
Gregory.
Man, he got the front foot down right there, kept the front shoulder tough, and was able to stay inside that ball for a soft liner in the center field.
Into the box, Gregory Polanco. Full count still. The next 3-2. Fouled off. Count still full. 3-2. Bell is off at first with 2 away. Pulls this one into the air out into right field. Moving under it, Castellanos. No trouble with this one, and the inning is over. 1 left for Pittsburgh. They still lead it 2-1. Felipe Rivero takes the ball now in inning number 9, looking to close the door. First baseman Miguel Cabrera stands in. Singled homer run in his last time up. A wave and a miss, a tick behind a good fastball.
That's a big fastball, obviously, and we're going to see this reliever throw it a lot.
And here's a ball hit in the air. Polanco sprinting after it, but no chance to run it down. It's a foul ball. The 3-2 one more time. In the air to straightaway right. Polanco has a read on it. He's got it 1 away.
Now batting,
The next batter, Jeimer Candelario, who could really use a knock here. 0 for 3 in the game so far. And that is swung on and missed, and things are starting to look bleak here for the home 9. There are 2 away now. Nick Castellanos now. No thump out of him in this game so far, as might be expected. He's 0 for 3. No offer on that one. 2 balls and a strike. Rivero is one of those guys that just seems to be at his best under pressure. Runners in scoring position, tight game, tough hitters at the plate. That's when he's at his best.
One of the key.
Throw to first will be in time for the final out, and the Pirates move to 1-0 on the young season as this ball game is over.
And a nice job here to come in and slam the door. That's his first save of the season, and it certainly won't be his last.
Pitching and defense game, 2-1 the final score this afternoon. The Pittsburgh Pirates jumped ahead in the 7th inning and never gave the lead back. Jameson Taillon earns his first win of the season. Michael Fulmer pitched well, allowing only 2 earned, but ends up taking the loss. Felipe Rivero records the save, his first of the year. So that's a wrap for us here this afternoon. For Mark, Dan, and the rest of our crew, I'm Matt Vasgersian. You've been watching MLB Network.
The Tigers thank you for attending today's game and remind you to buckle up and drive home safely.
Daytime baseball here on MLB Network. Today we've got a good matchup in store between the San Diego Padres and the Los Angeles Dodgers. Live baseball here on MLB Network, and it comes your way next. Clayton Kershaw is on the mound for the Dodgers in this contest. Dan Plesac, what's the word on him?
Well, Clayton Kershaw, he just breathes different air than everybody else. The best pitcher in the game of baseball. Good fastball, good changeup, good cutter, and a terrific curveball. When you think about the Cy Young Award, he's always in the mix. He's good, he's strong, he's left-handed, and he's quite simply one of the greatest pitchers of all time.
Stepping up now, Manuel Margot. And we are ready for some daytime baseball. And afternoon baseball on MLB Network is underway. The 1-0. Swing, line drive. That's going to be trouble. Running hard. He's digging for second. And he's going to get to second now with nobody out.
Wow, that's the way to kick off a day at the ballpark right there. Leadoff hitter, and he puts the pitcher on his heels right out of the gate with a leadoff double. It's hard to get settled into a game as a pitcher when you're dealing with the runner in scoring position one batter into the game.
And that'll bring in Carlos Asuaje as he'll take a look at ball one.
He's going to be looking down at the third base coach right now, hoping he takes this bunt sign off. It's just a lost art in today's game.
The 1-0 home is going to be a sacrifice attempt as he gets it down. Only played at first, so the sacrifice works that time. And here's a chance to look at the starting nine for the visiting San Diego Padres. Who's the one to watch, Dan?
Well, I love the way Eric Hosmer plays the game. Last year, he won the American League Silver Slugger for first baseman. You think about that. Everybody who plays first can hit, and he hit above the top of the heap. He's a pretty special hitter.
Here's Will Myers. His lifetime numbers against Kershaw. He's got one hit in 23 at-bats. And on 10 occasions, he's been a strikeout victim. He's ready. Here's the first offering. A fastball, and he swings through it to fall behind. Time for a look at our umpires in this one. Working the plate is Carl Dixon.
Dan, this is an offensive player's dream to have Carl Dixon behind the dish. He is tight on the corners.
He is, D-Row, and listen, he makes you bring the ball into the strike zone. Normally, high scoring of games when Carl's behind the dish.
That misses wide. 1 ball and 1 strike.
That's not some bad pitching right there. You're 2 pitches down, but you have a runner on third, and you know this hitter is looking for something up in the zone that he can hit into the air for a sacrifice fly.
And that misses. 2-1. Margot takes his lead at third with 1 away. Swung on and missed, and it's even at 2-2. Here now the 2-2. Tough curveball that time, but he's able to make a little contact to keep this at-bat going. And Kershaw can't find the target there as he's run it as far as it can go now. It's 3-2.
We're seeing a good AB here from the 3-hole hitter. If he can work a walk or pick up a hit here, he's going to put that cleanup guy in a really good position to do some damage in this first inning.
Now the 3-2 pitch. Line drive to left. Kemp will make the catch. Tagging is the runner from third. And not in time as the run scores.
Well, that wasn't your standard sac fly hit. It was hit pretty low and hard, so it wasn't a given they were going to send it. But they did, and they add a number to the run column.
And it'll be the cleanup spot for the Padres. Eric Hosmer, the American League's Silver Slugger Award winner at first base a season ago. Ready with the first pitch. Here it comes. A high fastball is in there. Into the windup. Here comes the 0-1. Looking at strike two. A fastball that catches the inside corner.
You know that nasty changeup's lurking right here. If I'm in the batter's box, I have to tell myself to stay back. I have to take pull side out of the equation, or that changeup's going to beat me.
And the inning goes away in unceremonious fashion on a swing and a miss at a ball way outside the strike zone. So 1 run on 1 hit, no errors, and no one left. On now to the bottom of inning number 1. It's the Padres 1. The Dodgers coming to bat. You're watching Major League Baseball on MLB Network. Clayton Richard, a lefty from Indiana, is on the mound here. What do you have for us on him, Danny?
Hey, we're going to get a chance to look at a guy that he's a little bit up and down throughout points of his career. A career ERA just over 4. When he's good, he can be really good. And when he's bad, well, let's just say he can be pretty bad at times. But it'll be interesting to see which one we see. He's a little bit of Jekyll and Hyde. Hopefully he's going to be a little bit more Jekyll than Hyde in this one here today.
First offering on its way. And a fastball just below the knees, ball 1. And a fastball just a bit up. Takes a fastball on the inside corner. Into the windup. Here's the 2-1 pitch. Hit back up the middle. Backhanded. And that's out number 1. Time now to check out how the hometown Dodgers line up in this one. Danny, who stands out to you?
Well, I know these guys love what Justin Turner brings to their offense. He hit over .320 last year, and that will get any pitcher's attention. They knew it when he was coming up, and they knew it when he was on the on-deck circle. Really impressive hitter.
Here's Corey Seager. In previous at-bats against Clayton Richard, he's 3 for 15. He's also gone down on strikes 5 times. Here comes the first pitch. And a slider on the inside for strike 1.
This guy loves to drop the head on those pitches down and in. I'm shocked he went in there, but he's able to jump ahead and get away with it.
The windup and the 0-1. And that one stayed too low, apparently. The 1-1 home is looked at for ball number 2. The 2-1. Will not catch the zone, ball 3. Hit down the line at first, but this will wind up foul as he runs the count full now. 1 out, nobody on. And he turns on this one and yanks it foul and back out of play.
You pull a fastball like that, you got to tell yourself to slow it down a little bit, play more gap to gap, and keep that front shoulder square, pointed towards the pitcher. That'll keep everything on plane.
Swing and a miss on the changeup, and there are 2 gone.
One thing to know is not all strikeouts are created equal. Right there, he goes down on strikes, but he really made that guy on the mound work for it. And when you're doing that in the first inning, it can have an effect on how deep he's going to be able to go into this start. There's a big difference between that and going down on 3 or 4 pitches.
First delivery to him on the way. And that one just missed outside.
Hey, 2 outs, nobody on, and a power hitter up. This is where, as a pitcher, you got to use the hitter's aggression against them. Get him to fish a little bit. Something a little more out of the zone than normal.
Now the 1-0. Swinging a ball hit on the ground, but a foul ball, 1-1. This one's down to third. And the inning will continue as that's through for a 2-out hit.
For every pitcher, you'd like to get through that first inning. 1, 2, 3, 2-out single. Now the cleanup man comes up.
Absolutely, and you know what that means. Cleanup hitter. Guys are in scoring position the minute he steps in the box, let alone have someone on first base.
So that'll bring in the National League rookie home run record holder, Cody Bellinger. Swung on and hammered. No doubt about this one. Watch it fly. And out of here. And I mean by plenty. That ball was crushed. First opened back in 2010. We're on the air from Target Field here in downtown Minneapolis. Ought to be a good one here between the Chicago White Sox and the Minnesota Twins. It's baseball on the show, and it's coming up next. Jose Barrios, the right-hander out of Puerto Rico, will be the starter. Dan Plesac, what's the word on him?
Hey, Matt, thanks. Coming on, Jose Barrios, and this guy has all the tools to be a great one. Great velocity with life, 94 to 97 miles an hour, power slider, and it's a big sweeper. His changeup is getting better. If this guy brings all 3 pitches one of these days, he has the potential to throw a no-hitter.
Here comes the first pitch. And our first pitch of the afternoon is taken for ball 1, and we're underway in Minneapolis. The 1-0. Count now, a ball and a strike. We'll be in the 80s later this afternoon, but for now 79 degrees at first pitch. The 1-1. Takes a pass and misses. That's strike 2. And a fastball. Tough take there, but it's even back at 2-2. The 2-2 is laid off, and the count runs full. Now the 3-2 pitch. Fouled away. He'll try it again. 3-2. Hot shot down the line. Sano right there, and a long throw across the diamond gets him. That's a nice play. Now a moment here to check out the White Sox starting lineup. Dan, who do we keep an eye on?
Well, Matt, the guy to watch has to be Jose Abreu. This guy hit over 300 last year, and man, it was impressive. Just hitting over 300 is really something special to look at. He's a consistent hitter. I love watching his approach. He doesn't make a lot of mistakes. He'll be there again this year if he continues to stay within himself.
Ready now for the White Sox, Yoan Moncada. First pitch on its way, and it's fouled away. Bases are empty, 1 man out. Down and away, ball 1. And there are our umpires for this one. Working balls and strikes will be Mr. Darryl Parker.
Well, Dero, Darryl Parker behind the dish, and you never really know what you're going to get from this guy.
Yeah, sometimes, and I'd hate to be mean and say he flips a coin back there, because that's not the case. But as an offensive player, you have to find the consistent zone. You just can't.
Swing, line drive. That's going to be trouble. Around first, he's digging for second. And he'll reach second now with 1 away.
That was a great job of driving that ball, extending his arms very well, was able to get it over the right fielder's head, one-hopping it off the wall for an easy double. That's one of those solid hits that you don't even feel coming off the bat.
So here's the slugging first baseman Jose Abreu now. No balls and a strike to count. Nothing in 1 count. Here it comes. And a curveball that started low and broke lower. Ball 1. Now the 1-1 pitch. And this one gets away. And the recovery's not going to be in time at third, and that should be ruled a wild pitch.
That can be a tough read as a runner on second to see if the ball has gotten away enough to move to third. You have to be sure you can make it. He was there, and now he's only 90 feet away.
Right side, but it's going to be a foul ball.
I know it's a guessing game, but usually when you flip that coin, it better come up fastball at this level. You cannot be late right there. That was right in the wheelhouse.
Full count now, 3-2.